Fantastic. Welcome in on a Monday. I like the music. I can't lie. Very 1940s baseball. I feel like Rico and I should be wearing those barbershop hats.
Susquehanna hat.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah.
Good for you. Well, maybe you'll have the answer to my next question then. Because it's not as... Okay, there's a million ways I want to approach the Tigers today, and then I have an idea. Since everybody served the poo-poo platter to poor Kenny, when Kenny brought up an idea to expedite the Iser plan, I have taken the liberty of researching all weekend. So we'll get to that a little later.
Okay. We're all glad that you were able to get back on that private jet back from the horse race.
I wish I was there. I don't know why
if
this
you guys
is a bit.
look, if you look at the photo finish, Mike is right there pointing
I'm
at
laying
the
on
horses.
the ground with a camera. No.
He's taking a selfie with the
this
horses
to
in the
you,
background.
I'll say it again. I don't submit. The greed in sports right now is taking events away from people. And I don't care if it's on a base level where a family of four wants to go to a ball game, or even the foofy stuff like the Kentucky Derby, which the event is a blast, but I refuse to go back and pay what they're asking.
Is the Kentucky Derby now what the Super Bowl is?
Yes.
It's not for the average person.
Oh no, it's gone. The infield this year they were charging $150 to go and lay in your own waste. It was $150. No, Rico, it's gone. And a lot of people I know who love the event go to the all of us. No, we're all balking at it. I'm not doing it. No, Travis Kelce was there. He didn't pay. And even if he had to, it wouldn't matter. Aaron Rodgers, all these celebs, they get invited for free. So yeah, no, I won't do it. I want to start with something that is not directly on the field, although it involves it. My question to you as a Tiger fan is this. They got swept out of New York. Hope you guys had fun. Come again soon. How long does this team have to be off television before they're off your radar? Rico nailed this. Bally thing isn't done. And perusing newspapers across the country doesn't sound like it is. It may not be done until Diamond Sports and Bally is owned by Amazon. Now, I can't guarantee that, and I would never dare. Guys, they're not a fun team to watch. They are, in fact, painful. This offense is trash. This lineup is trash. Scott Harris is feeding you sand, and you're eating it by the spoonful. And I don't get it. They're hard to watch. 1-0 in the 8th, lose 2-1. Scooble Cy Young, lose 5-2. They're a bad baseball team. Now, they might be less bad in comparison to the Central, but they're not good. And if I have to hear another thing about, they still have a winning record, I don't care. Okay?
Can I get an amen?
Yeah, your cute little 5-1 start. The reality is this is just average.
Yeah.
So my question before we get into the baseball and we get into torque, because I thought A.J. Hinch said something very interesting. You didn't watch your team this weekend. One of the series you would want to watch playing the hated Yankees. How long do they have to be off TV before they're off your radar?
Yeah, because I got to think you weren't disappointed. You were disappointed you couldn't watch them, but when you saw the result, you probably were better off.
Pain.
Yeah, that you just either listened to here on 97.1 or you just, you followed it somewhere else. You just kind of looked at the box score because I said if by Monday this thing is back together, then that means that they weren't that far apart. I'm going to insult you. You're going to insult me, but we're going to end it up. We'll come together. We'll have a kumbaya moment, and everybody will have their baseball back, and you'll appreciate the Tigers a little bit more. If it goes past today, I don't think that it's going to happen anytime soon. If it's and it does not look that way, where you're going to have to ask the tough question: are the Tigers now a part of your new? Are they a new line item in your budget? Are you going to pay to watch this team, or are you just going to sit back and say, "No, I'm okay. I don't need to watch this brand of baseball because I don't see a contender."
No,
I just see a team.
There's the key. Look, my design is I want to win the division. And I think you'll hang around, but I think you personify average. Like, there's no other point in your life where you celebrate average. Like, who the hell is like, my God, that meal was totally average, fabulous. No one. Man, I had a totally average workday. No one defends that.
Really?
But then people...
You weren't on social media today looking at people defending the City Connect jerseys, but I digress. Go ahead.
Well, they're ugly. There's nothing to defend. The point I'm making... Okay, we'll talk about it. That's fine. They're ugly. They're stupid.
Oh, no, I agree. But I'm just saying that it's average.
But like Scott Harris, I mean, if we're talking about how long do they have to be off television to be off my radar, if I take myself out of this job, and I do anything else in this life, they're already off my radar. They're not fun. How many players do you have that would play for the Dodgers or the Orioles or the Yankees? You have two.
We found out.
Two.
Not one, but two.
Riley Green, Tarek Skubal. There you go. There's your list.
Right.
They're not fun.
Guys, I'm going to take you behind the scenes to the pre-show meeting. Mike asked us this question. He said, well, we were all like, are you just talking about position players? He's like, oh, wait, let me clarify that. 2. Okay, let me do the numbers for you. It's 2. So, yeah.
It's just reality. Yeah. Rico, they'd already be off my radar because you can watch the box score. And look, here's the danger for the Tigers. Here's the danger for the networks. Baseball is a box score sport. There's no other sport where the data can tell you what's good and bad more than baseball. So when you're looking at their offensive woes, until that data changes, I have no reason to believe. And that goes way... See, I think the one thing that's unfair in all of this is making it all about Tork. Why are we not...
He's the scapegoat.
He is. Because the reality is, it's Baez, it's anyone who plays catcher, it's Frankenstein third base, it's Meadows, and it's Tork. It's really 5 spots. But everyone just blames Tork. I'm being serious. Let's approach this as if we are not on the air. If we're just regular people, I would tell you that after a week of the team being off the air, they're off my radar. Because they're just wholly mediocre. Skubal's a Cy Young candidate, but if he's not pitching, I'm not interested. Flaherty, whatever, enjoy it while it lasts. Guy hasn't been any good in 5 years. Here's the other problem I have. If you look at baseball right now, guys, 27 of the top 50 starting pitchers are hurt. You don't think that's going to happen to you? You've been totally blessed so far that no one who's any good has been hurt. You really have. Like, you'll play Cleveland tonight. One of their best players just hit the IL in Stephen Kwan. Big benefit for you. He's the table setter up top. Their arms, Bieber's dead, and Gavin Williams hasn't pitched this year. That's 2/5 of their rotation. So I'm making a point that, like, Rico, when we're looking at it, yes, they're 18 and 16. Yes, they got out of April. But they're not playing a sustainable type of baseball that I have to care about, much less defend.
No, because what you have is a lot of young and younger players who are out there in the league, and this is basically what you're going to get. You're going to have to sit and watch the Colt Keith and hope that, you know what, maybe he can find a way to hit the ball and get above 200. You got to watch Javi Baez and hope that you get the Javi Baez that has those 4 good games in a row.
No.
You got to hope that it's so much, well, maybe in this, and we're waiting on this, and maybe this battle heat up. And remember, it was April, so it was cold outside. And once it gets warmer, then the hits will start coming, and it's like excuse after excuse after excuse until you finally just realize this team is what it is.
Do you realize you have 4 players who are regulars on this team with an OPS south of 400. I want to hold on. I want to double check this. I want to apologize. South of 500. You have Colt Keith, who's south of 400, which I will tell you in my lifetime I've never seen. I didn't even think it's possible to have an OPS in the 300s, but he does. I mean, it is 4 everyday regular. And again, league average is 730, 735. You have 4 everyday regulars, and it's really 5 if we're being honest. I just, Rico, if they're not on TV this week, they lose a couple of games to Cleveland, I'll tell you right now, people are out. No one's running to buy Bally Plus. Now, we want you to listen here on 97.1 The Ticket. It's free. But I'm talking about actual radar. Why is Scott Harris given a free pass on this? Why?
Right. So, yeah, are you buying the Bally Plus? You going to get the, what was it, Fubo, I think Gator was saying he got? Or have you already purchased it?
Fubo.
Oh,
Fubo is the clothing
Fubo
line.
would be a 90s athleisure wear line.
For us, by us. Right. Okay. 248-539-9797. Or have you purchased it already? Are you going to purchase it? Or are you saying, yeah, I need you to win before I get more invested in this team?
And the topic I want to focus more on, and we'll get you A.J. Hinch's comments on Torque. No, I want to ask a different question. I mean, how much longer before some of you begin criticizing Scott Harris? This is the second year in a row he's thrown a lineup out here that's garbage. And he smarmily does nothing about it. Smartest guy in the room. I'm going to go get a guy in a broken pelvis. I'm going to go get Mark Canna. I'm going to keep trotting Zach McKinstry out. No, we don't need to replace Javi Baez. No. Parker Meadows is just fine, even though we know he can't hit. Mm-hmm. Then you factor in that Torkelson is one of the worst everyday regulars in baseball. And yet...
Let's be patient with Colt Keith.
That's fine. But Rico, when it's all put together, your job as the president of baseball ops and the real GM of this team, this can't be the product you offer people.
Right, because then you're asking yourself, what's the end game here? Are you trying to win the division, the American League, the championship, or you just want to be entertaining? You want to be fun?
I really don't feel like they're trying. And I think they're pretty open about it. We'll play all the kids and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, that's great.
No,
except
buddy,
you're not
earned this one.
It sucks, man.